Did you guys know you can play rock, paper, scissors by yourself using Python? Alright guys, so let's go ahead and start out the game and then we'll show you guys the code. This is rock, paper, scissors. We can type 0 for rock, 1 for paper, or 2 for scissors. Let's go ahead and go 0 for the rock. And the computer chose scissors, so we win. We're gonna go ahead and play this again. Let's do scissors this time, so we'll press 2. And look at that, bam. The computers ended up choosing paper and we won that one. And all of this is created from this left side right here. Everything is commented, so we'll have an easier time going through it. It'll just be easily or visually easier to see what's going on the right side, on how we're able to play against the computer and win twice. We actually haven't lost. I'm gonna do one more real quick. I'm gonna see if I'm gonna lose on this one. I'm gonna do one. Okay. So yeah, guys, as you can see, we can lose. We can lose this. It's not just me winning, even though I was that good. But yeah, let's go ahead and go over the code for this one. So first off, we're gonna go ahead and we typed in the import random, and as you can see, the random module, we're using that so we can get the randomness from our computer, so that when we play rock, paper, scissors, we're just not constantly getting the same responses. Sometimes we may win, sometimes we may lose. If you guys saw my agent game or my spy game, 007 game, you guys should be familiar about the ASCII art. And right here, we have an ASCII art for each of the different hand movements. Rock, as you can see, paper, and then scissors. And again, for this, you can just always Google paper, Google rock, Google scissors for ASCII art, and you can just copy that in right there under each of the values. Now, for our game images, we're going to be putting we're going to be putting our images right here to a file or like a list called game images, and we're going to list that in the order of how we'll get the input from the users. Again, with 0 being rock, 1 being paper, or 2 being scissors. And if you guys don't already know like how Python does its numbering, or I guess how a lot of different things now, I guess, like for us humans, when we count, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. With Python, for example, it starts at 0. So 0, 1, 2. So 0 for us would be 1. Paper for them, 1 would be our 2. Scissors for us would be 3, but that would be considered 2 for Python, and so forth. So that's why 0, 1, 2 versus 1, 2, and 3. Now for our user choice, we're going to be getting the input from users in the form so we can actually play the game. And I wrote that wrong. Sorry about that. Okay, sorry about that. We're gonna play the game right there. So yeah, we're gonna be getting their input, and we're asking, what do you choose? Type 0 for rock, 1 for paper, 2 for scissors. And we're gonna be putting that into an integer for numbers, and we're gonna be putting that value in our user choice. So now, if the user puts in a number above 2 or lower than 0, we will end the game and say they lost. So again, let's just go ahead and go back up. So if the user choice, that they type in, the 0, 1, or 2, if that choice is above 2 or lower than 0, we will end the game and say they lost. And as you can see, we have that written right there. User choice equals to 0, 3, or user choice 0 is better. Print, you typed invalid number, so if you lost, sucker, LOL, smiley face. If that value doesn't happen, then we'll print out this, our game choice, our game image, and our user choice, which should give us our image, if I'm not mistaken. Game image. Okay, yeah, game image. If they put in a number within our set, then we will print the image. Okay, the user choice. Okay, cool. When I was reading it, I was just looking at the actual text value here. I was looking at the comments I wrote. So yes. Now for our computer choice. And again, it can look super complicated if you're like brand new, like Python, but like if you're just doing it step by step on a lot of this, and just break it down, and like what I'm doing right now, having each section written out on exactly what is happening on each section, it just makes things a whole lot easier to actually view even months from now, this is something I wrote, I think about 3 months ago. So now on this line here, we're getting a random choice for the computer between 0 and 2. So our computer choice equals random of the radian of 0 to 2, which is the 0, 1, 2, or the rock, paper, scissors. And then we're going to put the computer chose, and me printing that out is right there, computer chose. And then print out the image, this right here, this section, print out the image on what the random computer choice was, which is, bam, the computer choice, and we're getting the image right there. So going back from the top, if we typed in the wrong, if we typed in something that wasn't the 0, 1, or 2, we're gonna get, you typed in the valid number, so you lost sucker. If they typed in a correct number between the 0, 1, and 2, then we'll go ahead and print out their choice, which is the top. And then from there, we're going to go ahead and do a random choice for the computer, and we're going to type in the computer choice and then print out the image. So now to see if we actually won or lost, that's the last point. And on this one, we're using ifs and else ifs. So for our first one, if the user plays rock and the computer plays scissors, we win. All right, so let's just do that visually real quick. If the user, so myself, play rock, and the computer, my left hand right here, plays scissors, yeah, we win that. Yeah, that's right. All right, so if that happens, if the user choice, bam, equals 0, and the computer choice equals 2, then we will print out you win. Okay. Now, else if, so that doesn't happen. If the computer plays rock, so the computer on the left side with my left hand, if they play rock, and the user plays scissors, we lose. Kind of like down here, kind of, sort of. So we would print out you lose. And oh, actually, it would be more like this one, because we slightly had to change right there. We had a uppercase L versus a lowercase L and an exclamation point. I meant to have all of those looking the same, but we'll keep it like that. Our next else if statement right here. Now, else if the computer plays a number bigger than the user choice, since the images are in order or strength, then we lose. And yeah, actually, I didn't think about that. I actually had it all in order of rock, paper, scissors, or wait, let me go back. Let me just see. Rock, paper. Okay, yeah, because that is in order. That's cool. But yeah, else if the computer plays a number bigger than the user choice and the images are in order of strength, then we lose. And again, it will print out the statement that we lost, which you guys are seeing right here on the right side. Now we have this one right here, 2 more. So else if the user plays a bigger number than the computer choice, again, since the images are in order of strength, then we win. So if our choices are bigger than the computer choices, as you can see, so else if our choice is larger than the computer choice, then it will put the you win, bro. And finally, if we end up picking the same, because that happens, that does happen when we play rock, paper, scissors sometime, and we pick the same, then we will get the draw statement. So yeah, the user and the computer pick the same thing, then it's a draw, obviously. So we would print out it's a draw. You lucked out this time, bud. and we're using the equal sign. So again, if the computer choice equals to the user choice, then we will print out as a draw. Let's see if we can get a draw real quick. Let's run this one more time, or maybe a couple more times. Let's do 0. Oh, look at that, perfect first time. So we picked 0. We did that for rock. I also picked rock. It's a draw. You looked out this time. So yeah, guys, that's the rock, paper, scissors game. Yeah, if you are lonely and you want to play some rock, paper, scissors by yourself, you can go ahead, copy this code, and play it right now by yourself.